Hello everyone, welcome to this post on why Western civilization is relevant in today's society. First thing we need to ask when examining this is, what is Western civilization? And here it is helpful to start by defining Western civilization as a set of ideas or values. And Bradley Birzer defined the West, as he called it, as a tradition. Robert Royle, another article we read this week, focused on civilization being a structure of ideas and institutions. And so here, defining Western Civ as a set of ideas as opposed to a geographic region or ethnicity or even religious affiliation. And there are several benefits to studying the concept of Western civilization as a tradition or set of principles. The first benefit is that Western civilization, understood as tradition, helps us understand where the foundational principles for American society and government came from. For instance, why do we say in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal, or that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights? Why do we in the United States place such an emphasis on liberty? Why do we believe that each human life has value? And Birzer, in his article, pointed to two key sources of Western civilization's principles: classical society, referring to ancient Greece and Rome, and also Christianity. Second, Western civilization helps us better understand what those foundational principles in American society and government are. For instance, justice, liberty, human rights and human dignity, the rule of law, and then it helps explain how to define those principles. For instance, are all principles defined by human societies, or is there a higher authority? And in Western civilization, there's always been the discussion about natural law or divine law as opposed to positive law. Natural law being those principles which are eternal and immutable, they're universal and are thus supreme to any human-made law. And positive laws being those laws created by humans, which are temporary and ever-changing and thus inferior to eternal principles. Third, studying Western civilization helps us interact with other traditions around the world. On the world stage, we are in an era of globalization. Americans interact with people from all over the world, and the world is becoming increasingly interconnected. At home, America is becoming increasingly diverse, linking in people from many different cultural areas and traditions. The result of both these impacts is that we need to find common ground, not only at home in America, but also on the world stage. Find some connections with other traditions. Lawrence Birkin points out that we need to avoid the tendency to over-identify Western civilization with civilization as a whole, that the West has contributed the only positive things, because that would lead to a belittling and undervaluing of other traditions. That's certainly something we should avoid. Appiah points to the need for humans from all regions of the world to recognize our common humanity. Of course, he does argue that we should completely give up on the idea of Western civilization. I would argue that this is the point at which Western civilization becomes the most valuable, because Western civilization has the principles that could provide common ground for people of all traditions and from all regions of the world. This is the common ground based on universal principles that could truly unite us. Thank you.